Well, thank you for joining me today. For those of you guys who have been using weekly planning and daily planning for the last few weeks, today we're going to talk about your monthly progress and what you can do to start creating framework from your week to week so you have overall traction in your month. Maybe you have a vision, some goals, and some priorities for yourself, and you want to start utilizing our monthly planning tools so that we have a good framework around your month. We're also going to talk about the ideal week and how the ideal week can help you establish a baseline for where you can start implementing goals and see consistency in your methods so that you have traction from one week to the next week. So let's dive in to using the monthly planning pages. No matter where you are in our training series, when it comes to monthly planning, the concept and goal is for you to be able to recognize your focus and understand your opportunities while being able to establish traction on the goals that you have for yourself, what routines you have in place, and where you're at with your habits, and gives you a framework for what your role is in the month. So taking a look at this page, the very first thing that we like to look at is a planning board. This is a space where you can kind of jot out some of the big things that you have on your plate for the month, if it be projects or activities, trips, events, maybe it's family functions. Just kind of help unload some of the big things that might be weighing on your mind for the month. Then from there, what is the true focus? What is the difference in this month? And where is it that you're going to be spending the majority of your time as you go from one week to the next week? And what opportunities might present themselves? What things are you looking to address as far as maybe proposals, new products or services, relationships that you're growing, or opportunities in your career? From here is a month at a view page, and what I like about this month at a view page, it allows me to start plugging in not only the individual activities or maybe the multi-day events that I have, so that I can actually start to see where there are some regular means to my schedule. This is going to be very helpful when it comes into using the ideal week. The right side of this spread of this page was really meant for you knowing what your role is. I go into each and every month with a different objective of what my purpose statement is. When I looked at those opportunities and those focuses that I have for this month, I like to define what is my key role. Could it be communication? Could it be being innovative? Could it be being an instrument in making sure that the job is getting done? No matter what your role is, it's important for you to identify it so you know where your priorities land, and you can also create your own accountability and adjust your routine so that you are able to accomplish the mission that you have in store for yourself. From here, I like to establish my financial goals for the month and then indicate what is my habits and my routines I'm going to be working through. We are going to talk about the habit tracker as an individual component of our training series, and you can implement that at any phase in our planning system. Do it best for you when you have habits established for yourself. And from there, I want you to be able to assign the projects and the goals that you have for the month, and then be able to indicate the status of those throughout the month. And lastly, look at those opportunities, those goals, those projects, and establish a timeline of when you're going to take focus. What's really instrumental about this portion of this planning page is not to stack everything on the first part of the month, but be able to slide things through in a cadence that you're able to see yourself starting something, focusing on it, forwarding through it, and ultimately making a routine of it so that you can establish what it is you want from that goal. Mission accomplished in another sense. And then lastly, just a notation about where you are from a personal development standpoint, what self-inflection that you have, what things worked this month and what didn't work this month. Almost kind of like a recap for the month. So what I find about utilizing this page, it really helps framework my month so that as I'm looking at those weekly planning pages, I'm able to identify where in the month I need to put heavy load of priority versus where in a month I might have to take a step back from what goals and action steps I have just to have a good life balance. As we move through different seasons of the year, it could be from a month, it could be from a quarter, or it literally could be from different seasons. Matter of fact, last week on Tuesday it was 70 degrees here and it's 28 degrees today, and it's been only 4 days since then. It's Wisconsin, trust me. There is seasons to everything. But the reality, doesn't matter what organization you're in, there's going to be some seasonality to what you're doing. Kids going back to school, kids coming off of school, work, projects, conferences, you name it, there's different seasons that take place in our life. And a lot of times as we move through different seasons, we lose stride in what we're trying to accomplish. With the ideal week, anytime you find yourself entering another season, it's a great time to reprioritize where you're focused and what your week should look like. Maybe your kids are starting basketball in the winter. Maybe your family is going through a cadence where you have a lot of activity at night, or maybe your job is requiring you to implement a new software program, or there's a new product that's coming to launch and there's a different season or element to your business. From there, we look at the vision board. I ask you this simple question: what is it that you see for yourself in this season? What do you want to achieve? Where do you see your energy being spent? Where's the balanced relationship in the time that you're investing between your personal, yourself, your career, and the relationship goals that you have? And then from here, across every single daily page, you see where we talk about the pre-flight, the routine, evening and morning, and what the importance of that is. In the ideal week, we're going to establish what those elements are so you can start to build that routine into your daily planning. What I like to understand is where in my pre-flight, how am I mentally preparing for the day versus in my routine. These are actually ideal tasks, things that I'm executing each and every morning to get my day started off on the right step. And then at night, again, what are some of those tasks that I'm looking to close off my day with, and how am I preparing for the next day ahead of me? I talk so religiously about the importance of when you close a day to be able to have structure established for tomorrow that allows you to get better rest at night. I find that when I know what I'm going to do the next day and I've organized myself, I sleep easier and I'm a lot happier with the outcome of the day that I currently have, that I just finished. So when I look at the ideal week, the part that really gets me excited is when I actually am able to look at the different segments of my life, be able to prioritize a time commitment for them, and then write out a schedule for myself so that I know where it is I'm committing to. It's also so important when you want to build routines that you try to bring things together. I'm a big coffee drinker, and one of the things that I wanted to accomplish this year was to do more push-ups. I'm not naturally going to get up in the morning and do push-ups by myself as a motivator, but I want a cup of coffee. And one of the things that I've done is I built a routine around making my coffee and doing push-ups while it brews. Doing things like that just seem to feel more natural, and by creating those types of routine, especially establishing them in your ideal week, you'll see more success. So in your ideal week, I want you to be able to look at the time you're going to spend in the office, the time you're going to spend in yourself. Where is there areas of focus for projects or activities? Is there consistent meetings that take place in the week that you need to note? And through doing this, you should be able to find opportunities where you can start to give attention to some of those goals and some of those projects that you have weighing in front of you. When you start to use the ideal week and you start to frame up your month and you implement those priorities into your weekly plan, you will very quickly start to realize the power of planning. And that is something that Key2Success Planner is going to do for you in your personal and professional life. Continue to stay with me.